Hi, it's Brit McDonald with Royal LePage and Simon LeFave with Your Mortgage Your Way. You know, the media is having such a huge impact on buyers and sellers, and we're getting tons of frequently asked questions on almost on a daily basis. So we want to take this opportunity and to answer some of these questions. Simon, what's going on with the mortgage right now, and what's happening with banks?
Thanks for asking, Britt. Hello, everybody. Well, for starters, as you know, it's been busy. There's been a 100% year-over-year increase from Q1 2020 to Q1 2021 of overall mortgage application submissions through my platform, the broker platform. Basically, what that means on the average or median mortgage broker in Canada right now has had to deal with double the volume so far this year as they did at the same time last year. OSFI, the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, has, as I'm sure everyone has heard, recently come out to increase the stress test on both insured and uninsured mortgages from 4.79% to 5.25%. What does that mean in plain English? Well, it means that they're raising the floor for mortgage qualification for anybody who's looking to make an offer and purchase a property, or who wants to refinance a mortgage on a property that they already own, or if anyone else who's just looking to move their mortgage from one lender to another, maybe during the term or upon renewal. This is not an interest rate hike. It is the raising of the bar for qualification. Now, if you look at the past month or so, every CEO of a Schedule A bank in Canada has been in the news with some sort of commentary about the escalating home prices and the risk to the marketplace. If you're in Toronto, you know what I'm talking about. Now, by taking the stress test from 4.79% to 5.25%, they're effectively reducing a home buyer's borrowing power by about 4 to 5%, give or take. This is a tweak. That's all it is. It's a tweak to really move the goalpost further away, so to speak. And they're specifically penalizing would-be first-time buyers and the folks who are just really trying to get their foot on that first rung of home ownership as a way to possibly stop the appreciation of home values. Now, in my opinion, this does nothing to curb the appreciation of home values. The folks who can afford and already own property will continue to see the appreciation of their homes. I mean, we do have 400,000 new immigrants coming to Canada in the next 3 years to support all the economic growth we're going to see coming out of this pandemic. And I just really can't see there being a retreat in home prices. So the government did this really for what I want to say optics, and it is going to hurt the first-time home buyer most definitely.
I really appreciate you sharing that. That's a huge insight to what's actually going on and the impact that buyers are going to have. So can you share with us a little bit about the difference between getting pre-qualified versus having an approval?
Yeah, that's a great question too, Britt. So the biggest mistake that I see people make when they're looking to buy a house is that they don't get their mortgage application fully underwritten first. Now, there are two separate steps to being pre-approved for a mortgage, and the mortgage industry, unfortunately, literally calls these the same thing, and it's a lie. The term pre-approved is pardon my French, a bit of a bastardized word in our industry, and it's my pet peeve as well. So to get yourself set up correctly, the first step I call is a pre-qualification. This is your basic info. This is how to spell your name correctly, where you live, how much money your household makes annually, simple things like that. Now, once we get that complete and cleaned up, you will be pre-qualified by knowing your numbers on how much mortgage you can generally afford. Now, this is where 90% of mortgage shoppers stop. It's because that is what the industry has become, unfortunately. It's been telling the public that buying a house is as simple as clicking a button. But the reality is you could press a button and there could have a whole lot of mess coming your way. Now, the second step after you know your numbers, it's getting your documentation up front. I'm talking about your income specifically. Now, even though I am an expert on putting together home loan options for you, at the end of the day, I don't actually approve your mortgage. And if any other mortgage professional tells you otherwise, I think that's a bit of a red flag. We have to send your application package to your lender of choice's underwriting center. Underwriting it's like going through airport security, so to speak, just to make sure that you get on the plane. The point of getting your documentation up front and being fully underwritten before you make an offer, it's just to curb the thought of, is my mortgage going to be approved? When you're already thinking about working with Brit and making an offer on a property when there's so much going on. Now, when you do have an accepted offer on a property, if you've done everything correctly up to this point, it's as simple as sending your lender of choice the fully executed agreement of purchase and sale, the MLS listing, and your down payment confirmation. And of course, you know, it may be conditional upon an appraisal, possibly. On the closing date, your lender transfers your funds to your lawyer and you get your keys. It's a lot easier than it sounds.
Now that's great. I appreciate that. There's such a huge difference between having a pre-qualification actually being, you know, fully approved, where you're just sending in, you know, the agreement of purchase and sale and the MLS. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Simon.
Yeah, absolutely.
This wealth of knowledge with us. Anybody, if you're considering purchasing, would like to know what you possibly could qualify for, please find Simon LeFave's information in our captions with Your Mortgage Your Way. And again, it's Brit McDonald with LeFave. Thank you guys so much. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thanks, Brett. Bye, everybody.